Yeah, mental health. Why not talk about it? What is it? Something you drink in a glass, and all of a sudden you have mental health, like the carrot. You know, you get your carrot and you have mental health. It's a very interesting concept. You need mental health. Anyways, I was thinking about that and a lot of other things. Talked to this guy today, and there's other people jealous of me, right? Oh, you know, the VA helps you now. VA, Veteran Affairs, helps you. Yeah.
I accidentally dropped my computer on the street, and I wondered, since you were walking around, if you'd seen.
Oh, I have my Apple.
You have your iPad. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, that's not
That's a bummer.
That's not what I
What kind of computer was it?
A Chrome black one.
A Chrome?
Yeah.
Just dropped it?
Yeah. That's okay.
All right. Uh-huh. Yeah, so she lost her computer. I'm going to the gym, yeah. My daily therapy, 24-hour fitness. There we are. There it is, 24-hour fitness. And, I've been on all these meds since 1999. Or something like that. Lithium in the Navy fucking made me puke. Antidepressants, on and off. And if you fall off of your monthly schedule, your body's already adjusted. And then you puke because you would have withdrawals. And then I couldn't handle that shit, so I got off of those eventually, but I'd cycle on and off. Adderall's what I'm on now because it's a stimulant and helps me with depression. But yeah, I mean, as far as mental health and everything, it'd be great one day to be able to diagnose the VA, Veteran Affairs, anyone that represents the government, maybe just other citizens, since I swore an oath to defend the Constitution against enemies, foreign and domestic, not just foreign, but domestic, meaning people, your neighbor, anyone could be your enemy. I don't think that's an odd concept. It isn't an odd concept. People that created the Constitution, at the time they created it, already knew about being backstabbed or abused by their own people, the king or the queen or whoever, right? Yeah, they did have slaves. Jewish and Christian and whoever else, just humans, because I hate to use the word Jewish, Christian, or Muslim, or any religion, or black or white, or anything. Humans in general, some humans, it used to be normal to buy people, which is still being done today, as a form of sex slavery, where you can go and find a girl here in Oakland, or a massage parlor here in Chinatown and San Francisco, and sex slaves, and they can't stop slavery in the sex slave industry. They don't even really attempt, but we can go around the world and definitely find some other motherfuckers that fucked up and invade their country and go and get the bad guy. But you gotta remember the Constitution says enemies, foreign and domestic. And all countries, I don't care what country you're in, outlaws, some kind of abuse towards your own people, thieves, killing, abuse in general is always encoded as negative in whatever country you're in. There is no country that says, oh, it's totally fine to steal from each other. There is no country, society, family that says, oh, it's okay to steal from each other or rob each other, or, this is just common sense. It would translate to any language, any culture, any time in the history of man. And but yeah, the military in general, like, this guy was jealous of me. It's always those jealous guys, right? Yeah, he never joined the military. He never. He's one of those guys who doesn't like working out. He's just angry. His wife divorced him, and he can't. His wife's not supporting him anymore, and he's running out of his money, and he's looking for a place to stay. He spent all of the money that his wife gave him as a divorce, which is hundreds of thousands of dollars. He's, claims to have mental health problems. He probably does. But regardless, he has a viewpoint about the military. He won't join it, but he appreciates America. He was there in the time of Detroit having the Ford Motor Company, and during the Vietnam War even era, and his family, his wife's family, was in the management of those companies, and was also in part of when they started to fight the unions and send our industry over to Asia, which is, self-sabotage, slavery in another country for making your stuff, which is coming back to bite us. He calls it globalism. When, one part of the world is looking to use labor to basically get free or near free labor to make your stuff, but they'll take away the professionalism and the skill sets from your own team, your own culture, and create destruction in the Rust Belt, close down your factories. And you see, and this kind of inside dealing or inside self-sabotage, exactly the sabotage that fucked me up in the military. Because effectively he read it, and I have all the documents. This motherfucker, piece of shit, who's like claiming to be a Taoist monk, is like, I'm a Taoist monk. I'm a hippie. And he dances, whatever. He's like, but I don't see a problem with the military defunding or trying to save money on manpower, therefore crushing individuals who don't get enough training, don't have enough medical attention, because they're trying their best to save money in the military on manpower, while the same federal budget has hundreds of millions, ungodly amounts of money going out to other countries, up to 100 other countries. We're funding with foreign aid, usforeignaid.gov, which goes back to JFK, when maybe there was a different time, the baby boomers after World War II. And maybe we were that way, but now it's up to 100 countries we give foreign aid out. And our government is good at sending our military to do humanitarian missions. Well, those same kids might be hurting our kids, our young guys, me included, in the military. And you're like, oh yeah, send these guys to go save, Haiti or I don't care what other countries in a humanitarian mission. While you're debating, giving your own guys comfort, benefits, increasing the budget on anything that will make their lives better, right? It's insanity, man. If you were to start a business today, without the thought of money, you'd want your guys to be the most well-trained. You would never think about money being the limiting factor, because the more well-trained your guys are, the better cohesion, the better team. You're gonna make all that money up. But an idiot would say, oh, I can't train you well enough in the military, but because I don't have enough money. And you might be hurting because we don't want to spend too much money, although we have plenty of money because we're sending a lot of money over to these other countries. If this was fucking satanic, insane thought process, or then it couldn't be more stupid and confusing. So yeah, I'm fighting the VA. They defunded, fought me on every benefit for years, including housing. They went after my enlistment, my reserve enlistment. Like they actually, they said it wasn't worth being a veteran for veteran purposes, which alone kept me on the sidelines. You'd never think in 1 billion days that you could sign an enlistment, an 8-year reserve enlistment, that would never get enough active duty days. Like, they didn't tell me that when I recruited me right into it. I thought I was trying to be an officer. I was going to go to college and also be in the military. I mean, be in the Navy in this reserve enlistment. Long story short, they put me on a ship part-time for 5 years. It's like being put into NFL. NFL, you probably want to get full-time experience so you can fit in, get your feet wet, get the endurance, and start getting into the part where you can get skills. But if you just put someone part-time in there, they're never going to get the power and the strength and the endurance and the team cohesion. And the Navy was trying to save money. Again, only reason is to save money. There's no other reason you do that. They shut these units down. And when I went to the VA, they didn't even want to look at that. That made no sense to them. I'm going to the VA and they're diagnosing me with all these crazy thoughts, like that I'm lunatic and that I'm scatterbrained and that all these other things. Oh, he can't think straight. He's psychotic. He's but they won't look at this thing where they defunded the experiment in the government records, the congressional records, the Navy reports, saying, "Oh, this is a stupid idea." All the conflicting reports. So it was a well-examined report. It wasn't something that people weren't unaware of. It was a test. It was an experiment. So, long story short, I'm in that fucking experiment, and Congress is debating about it. They were debating that I would even have health care. 1997, did the Total Force thing. I think it was Weinberger. Was it Weinberger? It was Secretary of Defense